felt that too. Hello, everybody. Hi, Lisa. Welcome. It's nice to see you on here. And from sunny Philadelphia, soon to be San Francisco. I love California. Their politics is crazy, but without that, it's one of my favorite states. It is my favorite state, actually. No disparaging to anybody else, but it's one of my favorite places where I'd be if I was back in the States. Either that or Colorado, but who cares? Good morning, y'all. Happy time from PA. Glad Albania is back. Yeah, I'll just start out where we kind of have people still getting on here. So this morning has today for me today has been quite an immensely dense day. And what I'm grateful for is these kind of immensely dense days a year ago would have been painful. And I do know that like today is painful for many. But what I'm noticing in my own being, and I can say that I kind of am feeling this from this community, is that these heavier days, these higher energy days, these solar storms that come through are getting easier for us to navigate. Yes, we all have stuff come up, and I had stuff come up today, and then on top of it being a really intense energy day, I got up and I knew, I could see it in the air. I can see it in front of me. I can now really understand how the physical world, our environment, how our planet mirrors and reflects the energies. The gift of Albania and having this view that we have, I have literally spent hours and hours of research time sitting out here knowing what the energies are, how they're coming in from the sun, how they're coming in from the galactic side of our planet, and understanding how they're moving around our planet. And then I see it in the sky, I see it in nature, in the water, in the sea in front of me. And it's been so fascinating. So when I woke up and I saw that it was dense, and I knew I'd woken up to many alerts on my phone about solar flares and radio blackouts and all kinds of stuff. So it's really powerful right now, and it's really powerful in an amazing way. But sometimes, as we all know, when we stare at something kind of powerful, or we look at it in the eye, or we face it, it's in the moment, it's a little bit of a struggle. So today may be a struggle for some, and then for others, it's going to be a lighter day. It's going to be maybe a rest day, because there is enough polarity in the energy to kind of pull up of just like little amounts of stuff. And what I mean by that, sorry, I want to articulate myself better. What I mean by that is, what I was saying is like this day has been easier for me to navigate now, whereas a year ago it would have like taken me out for the whole day. Right now, I'm able to navigate these. I still feel like, challenges. I still feel densities coming up. I've sat with some grief today about, not having my boys here, and what that means, and all this. So I worked through another layer of that, but it didn't take that long, and it cleared pretty quickly. So even though there is this storm coming in right now, I am now noticing that I am still feeling peace, and any waves of densities that do bubble up seem to just move out much faster. And I know that we have been working on that process here on the Daily Tune In this community since pretty much when we started. So I'm wondering if you guys are feeling these energies still very powerfully. Are you starting to navigate them differently? Are you becoming aware? Remember, we're also fine-tuning our skill set. So we're fine-tuning our skills on holding more light. And if you're feeling more peace right now, it simply means that you have cleansed and cleared a lot of the inner densities, and you are now holding more light, which is what we are requiring of you and me right now, because we need more people to be holding the light and the peace in this time when the the 3D world, when the programmed world is still feeling these energies and all of the stuff is bubbling up, this storm is going to express itself in a couple different ways. The storm is coming from our atmosphere, which is creating a storm, an energetic storm around our planet, surrounding our planet on both sides. So the sun side as well as the galactic side. So we are kind of being squeezed right now by these energies, and these energies squeezing our planet. Then the storm goes into, because everything that happens on the planet or within the planet and on the planet happens within everything. So we too are being exposed to that. So we are being pressed. And when we are pressed with energetics that are out of resonance with who we are in this moment, then the lower densities, the lower frequencies they will be purged out. They will be depressed out. How they come out is we sit with them, we allow them to come out, we express ourselves, we cry, we rest, we journal, we scream, but we don't project it out on other people. That's the practice, that's the skill set. So while there's a whole new world just entering the world, or entering the phase of learning how to go through that process, you, sweet soul, have already been in this process. So when you are the piece in this storm that's rolling through, and it's rolling through the collective, it's rolling through individuals, it's even rolling through you, but you allow it to roll through without taking you out of your peace. That is what we are being called to do right now. We have been called to do that. We've also been we were being groomed for it I mean, forever, really. But we've been kind of knowing that it's time to prepare. There is this massive storm, and remember. Now, I just got, actually, before I say remember, there was another, right before I got on here, there was another coronal mass ejection that was released from the sun that we'll receive in 3 days. So now we're getting hit by one. We've got another one coming in 3 days, and I would imagine probably more in between. So we are going to be bombarded through with this storm at least through Wednesday, if not Thursday. And I'm pretty sure we'll get some more that will extend it out. So this energetic storm is, remember that tsunami that came through, I think it was that February. All right. That started that was the big rush. And now we have another storm coming through that's going to go through energetically throughout this week, which means it's also going to be reflected in the physical world as well as the collective and the global world. So there's going to be a storm of energies, a storm of events, storm of emotions that are just going to unfold in this week into the next, and probably two weeks after. So this is when we have to be the storm. Or, I'm sorry, we are the storm, but we have to be the opposite expression of the storm. We have to be the peace and just allow that storm to blow right around us. The other thing too, I want to just bring up a couple of nuggets from last night's. We had it was kind of cool, I thought. Um, a galactic workshop. It was an interactive workshop where members of our Ascension Bank came together, and we put the message together of what is the message that wanted to come through in our small collective. And I think there was 6 of us on there, and the 6 of us then, through different tools, different modalities, conversation, we kind of played like a whisper down the lane of what, but in like the enlightened kind, where we just kept adding on to a truthful message, each of us bringing in a piece of the message from our team, and collectively coming up with a message for you all for the daily tune-ins this week. So I want to also add a couple of things that came up that I thought were really interesting. And the idea of storm, that word came up a few times, which was interesting. But it's also one of the things that came up was to embody the struggle that we've all been through. Many of us, if we are here now, we have been through quite a lifetime. And when I say here now, I mean in this community, chances are you are a light worker. You are here to do something marvelous in the world. And that may be to be a mom, that may be to be some kind of warrior. It's everything in between. Whatever it is that you're called to do, you are here, you're doing it because you are here to bring that part of you to this world. In order to get you prepared to be that in the highest expression, you had to work out the karmic stuff, the karmic densities that you've had. You had to learn some lessons. Many of us had some challenging lives this lifetime, and many lifetimes most likely. And in order to get here to where we are, ready to be here to serve others in a place of peace, when chaos is all around us, we realized in a moment last night that we truly are in one of the most remarkable positions anybody could be in this time, in this moment of time, because we are aware of what's happening and we get to be aware and watch all of this unfold. We get to be the observers. We are in the front row watching the game unfold. And it's the coolest thing in the world. And it's a privilege because we get to see all this and be in peace and know how to work through it if we're not, because there's a lot of people that are going to be afraid. There's a lot of people that are going to be angry. There's a lot of people that are going to be resentful. There's a lot of people that are going to be anxious. And we get to navigate this and help when we are called. That then led us down to a conversation of like, wow, embodying the struggle that we've all been through, all the lessons we had to learn, all of the punches from the universe that we all took to learn a lesson, and we learned the lesson. We didn't ignore it. We didn't bury it. Maybe we did at one point, but we worked through it. So really, this is a celebration in the moment to really celebrate your journey, to celebrate and embody everything that it took for you to be here and be an aware being during this time. So that I want to make sure that I mentioned, because that really kind of left uh, left with I left the workshop last night with that in my mind. Like, wow, yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool that I did go through everything that I did, and some of it was pretty crappy, and some of it I never want to have to face again. But most of it got me to where all of it got me to where I am now, and I'm super grateful to be here and to be sharing this time with you all. I'm going to stop there because I have more to share, but I'm going to share it throughout the week. Just little nuggets that came up in our workshop last night because it was a really sweet one. I really enjoyed it. Let's see what you guys have to say. I feel the waves are like the aftershocks from earthquakes. Could be. I like that. Okay. There's something in that for me, Christine. I don't know. Nothing comes to me right away. But there's something there for me to contemplate, because I think there is some truth to that in some way energetically. Jeannie says, I keep hearing these energies described as heavy or dense. How can light be heavy or dense? Is it referring to how the energies make some of us feel? Yeah, exactly. The other thing too, I'll come back. Actually, let me start with that, Jeannie. Yeah, this my little card thingy that I use, the life expansive emotions, they will feel lighter. It's like when you've been in anxiety for a little bit and all of a sudden it lifts and it clears and you rise up to like, and you're all of a sudden you're overwhelmed with gratitude, like you just feel lighter. You're like, I can float. These, when you're, feeling some guilt or from some fear, you tend to feel heavier, denser. And the other thing too, I can also feel it in the atmosphere too. I want to take it also out of the ethereal. But this morning, Bud and I got up early to go downtown because we had to pay our internet bill. We couldn't find the place. We'd only been there once, and it was up this like street. We couldn't find it. We were just walking around in circles. And I was already feeling from just I mean, I felt heavy today. That I woke up feeling heavy. And so just walking around in the air, all of a sudden I was like, man, it feels heavy. And if you look in, actually, let me just show you, because it's like looks, oh, it's hard to see, but these clouds just feel heavy. There's a haze kind of thing. It's not fog, but it's like just a haze. So the whole, like everything, as we were walking around, we were both sweating, but we were cold because the air was chilly. But Bud and I were both sweating, and plus we were pissed off. But at the end of it, like all of a sudden I was like, it feels weird. It feels thick. And then we saw a neighbor of ours came out when we got back, and he came out, he's like, the day's just weird. It feels, heavy. So the atmosphere will feel thick and dense. The emotions it brings up will feel thick and dense. The physical symptoms that y'all will be feeling, definitely you'll probably need to rest. I took like a 20-minute nap. That's all I could do, but I guess that's all I needed. And remember, the nap is when your upgrades, or when you sleep or when you nap, when you're called to sleep, that is when you need to shut down, power down, so you can power back up. So I just did a little quick post on it on Instagram, but it's really a loud reminder for me to keep repeating. Um, it's so easy for us. We've been conditioned to feel ashamed of ourselves if we take a nap during the day, or like we just can't sleep or whatever. If you are, especially now with all of this energy and all of the upgrades happening, drink lots and lots of water to anchor it in. But also, when you're called to sleep, just rest, because just like your phone, when you update your phone, it pulls in all the stuff. Oops, pulls in all of the messages or the updates, and then it powers down before it powers back up. You are the same way. You are a piece of technology. You are a spiritual technology being. Therefore, your technology is greatly being upgraded. So if you need to sleep, please sleep, because that's when everything integrates and then you wake up a completely different person. Um, the 3D energies are still heavy and dense, and we are here to help lift those up to 5D through our hearts. Yeah. I've been feeling in peace the last couple of days, maybe of days, trying my best to hold on to it. Yeah, yeah, good. That's all we can do, right? We're in the peace. Yeah, I've been in peace. Like even today, just feeling it was so liberating though, because I could feel the heaviness, but I was like, but it's easy to handle. It's easy to handle now. So it's much different to me now, like living in so much in peace, that I can now, I'm understanding more and more that yes, dark days do pass through, but or dark moments or whatever, but it just didn't feel as heavy, and like it just didn't feel as painful. That was nice. I appreciated that. Also noticed the last couple of days it's been hazy where I live. Here too, 3 days. Now we do have the Sahara wind, or the Sahara sands. Wait, is it Sahara? Is that what's blowing? The Sahara sands. For some reason, it sound right, but those are blowing. So those are in the atmosphere as well. And then but where do the winds come from? Right, the solar winds. So the solar winds are blowing in. This last coronal mass injection I just posted on Instagram is coming at us at 2 million miles an hour. Like that is just walloping us. So yes, it will have an effect. It will create winds, so there will be haze in the sky. We will see the physical effects of it, but we will certainly also feel it as well. Okay, here, because I thought they were calling the light of the sun's energy and the cosmic heavy. Oh, no, no, no. Sorry, Jeannie. If that came out that way. No, those are the light ones. But they do the light, those high frequencies, like when think of it this way, those high frequencies of light hit our bodies and go through our bodies, it will stop almost at the not stop, but it will hit on those areas that are low density. So anywhere where you might have some grief or guilt stuck in the body, when those high light rays come in, all of a sudden they hit. And the light always takes the darkness, right? The higher frequency always absorbs the lower frequency when it has critical mass. And this certainly does have critical mass, this storm. So when it comes in, that those denser frequencies start to bubble out, and that grief then breaks up and starts to come to the surface. Your body will respond and have a physical response to it in some way, because it has to release those toxins, and it has to release those that energy in some way. So typically it will release in the body, in a part of the body that's already compromised. So if you have something going, shoulders or whatever, typically it'll come out through like you'll feel it in your shoulders. But anywhere really, even if you're not aware that you have density in your body, that will eventually be triggered by these higher frequencies. Okay, it's only been 20 minutes. Time is weird too. Time is really weird. I don't know how to describe it though. I just notice little things. I'm like, that's weird. That's weird. But then I don't know how to quantify it. And so I go on. But time has been very weird for me. We've had fires here, but the timing of them is no coincidence. Okay, Terry, yeah, I bet. And yeah, higher geomagnetic storms have, the electricity in the air, so there's more lightning that would happen. So that would make sense. It's been super dry here in Georgia the last few days. Been drinking lots of water. Hazy last night, but clear today. Okay, good. Did anyone see or hear about Will Smith last night? I told my husband he was having an existential crisis because he's aware there is more. Oh, Hubs thought I was being crazy. Then sent me his speech. I saw a headline, but I didn't know what it was. So I don't have no idea. I know I think he smacked somebody or something. I don't know. I saw it and I was like, that's funny, but I was probably following the next headline that I wanted to read. I was unable to log into the Ascension Bank on Saturday. Oh, I wonder why. We were there, right? We were there. Yeah, yeah. We had our call on Saturday. I don't know, Lisa. We'll have to figure that out. Time is definitely strange. Feels like a tunnel. Yeah. I don't know. I can't describe it. I haven't put those words in the tunnel doesn't quite do it for me. I'm not quite sure with, not saying that you're wrong. You're wrong, Christine. I'm like, not that. I don't know. I guess it could be that. But anyway, lots of weird things, glitchy things. Um, and just the storm. All kinds of weird things happen when there's a storm. Think of a thunderstorm, think of a lightning storm, stuff gets blown down, things get wet, there's a lot of chaos, there's a lot of cleanup afterwards. So this is a pretty big energy storm. So nothing to fear. I will always say that because I know a lot of you already know that. This is nothing to fear. This is clearing out all of the densities, all of the yuck, so that we can kind of tidy up our entire humanity, tidy up our world, tidy up our planet, so that we can get back to living as the humans we were designed to live in abundance, to live in health, to live in community, to live in unity, so that we can actually enjoy life and stop working so damn hard to just be ugly every day and we just live. And it sounds like pie in the sky and people roll their eyes, but I roll my eyes right back now because I'm like, don't you get that that's what we were here to be? We were here to be those communal, beautiful human beings. And we're getting back to that slowly but surely. And if we can be the ones that lead that charge and we can be the ones that just believe it all the way in our heart, that will be the biggest blessing we could give to the rest of the world who are still rolling their eyes at us. But is it that bad to hope and pray and work towards a world that is actually like that? Or is it better to put our eyeballs and our attention and our thinking and our feelings into a world that just wants to take us down with it? Hell no. We are here to be so much more than that. So much more than that. And as we do this, we get to be in peace during it. So I'll take peace all day long. I will hold peace all day long. I will hold you all in my peace all day long. And at the end of the day, we'll all just say, "You're welcome." Thanks for being here, you guys. I love you. I'm grateful. My heart is full, and it's really what I'm noticing is it's full on a day that's has been a little bit heavy. So thank you for bringing me your light. I so appreciate it. Love to you all. See you tomorrow. Bye.